Master of the TDS has been really keeping on top of the situation. He posted, Sweet Baby Inc. responds publicly to some backlash of their involvement in games. And for some reason, Sweet Baby Inc. is looking around, surveying the land, and thinking, now's the safe time to come out and try to retcon everything they've done in the past and make it seem like they're just this innocent storytelling narrative group of people that are just humbly working at their computers trying to make games great. But these evil gamers are out there trying to ruin their world, and they're trying to push that narrative right now. Sweet Baby Inc. responding publicly to Avriel, who said, was planning on buying until y'all reared your ugly head. And Sweet Baby Inc. says, hey, we're just people, which is the most disingenuous bullshit to try to recover a situation. We're just people. That's like, I don't know. The Nazi party was just people. It's just, they're just people. What's your problem with them? They're just people. We've had a lot of misinformation spread about us, and we'd ask that you treat us as you would want to be treated. Thank you. Well, that's curious. So now they're projecting that what they want to be treated on someone else, even though they've treated other people horrifically over the past couple of years, myself included, for simply covering the news and telling people that I'm not interested in playing their games because of the company and what they stand for. And I don't think that they are making great games or providing any kind of great introspection or storylines to any games that exist. I've never once said they're not allowed to do it. I encourage them to do it. It's great content. I hope Sweet Baby Inc. continues to narrate games forever, because it's always going to flop and it's always going to be entertaining popcorn kind of videos where it's like, here's another one that they worked on and it sucked ass again. Big shock to everyone. Here we go. I'm all for that. But for some reason, Sweet Baby Inc. isn't a big fan of people reporting on them, which I'll get into in just a second. But Master of TDS followed up, said, if Sweet Baby Inc. and Bagel of Death, which is Kim Belair, who has me blocked, even though she's protected, which is very strange in its own right, and Sweet Baby Inc., who is also protected, but doesn't have me blocked. If they feel like the information being spread is false, then I challenge them to talk to me about it. Feel free to send an email. It's in my link tree. I will be waiting. Bro, don't hold your breath. This is the same company that I contacted after one of their employees, Chris Kindred, had contacted my old job, hoping and trying to get me fired, calling me a racist, saying awful things about me, spreading misinformation about me, saying things that I've never said to them in a message to them, and thinking nothing would happen from it. I got an information from that job because I was still friends with people there. They reached out to me and they're like, hey, we got a call about you the other day. I thought you'd find this interesting. They gave me all the information, all came back to me, and I just put it out there in a video. I'm just like, this guy can't be serious. He legit called my work where I used to work trying to get me fired for daring to cover the news. These people, this is what they stand for. They are legitimately the definition of cancel culture. They're the same people that project all their insecurities on the rest of the world and then claim like you're the problem, everyone else is the problem with the cancel culture, when they're the ones that are doing it themselves. If you want to say that I'm trying to cancel Sweet Baby Inc. because I'm just telling people what's happening, how the games are flopping, how I don't like the direction of the narration, how I feel like it's injecting DEI into stuff, and I don't think that's a good direction for the game industry, I don't think that's cancel culture. That's me informing people of the reality. That's very different from calling someone's job and being like, oh, he's racist. That's insane. That's insane. And Master TDS people are saying it's not going to happen, but the suspense is killing me anyways, which is very true. Highly doubt it. Plus, apparently, Kim doesn't go on Twitter. No, she does, because she blocked me after I made a video talking about one of their games that flopped. And then I said, they're just humble storytellers. What's everybody's problem? Humble should be in quotations, says Octadragon. And I said, and storytellers, and every other word there. Touche. And we also have Crooked Delight, who says, oh, I laughed so hard at that. What, us? We're so innocent and misunderstood. Videos from TDS show otherwise. For fuck's sake, the Canadian Delula, respect isn't given, it's earned. And they are far from earning it. And I'm the emperor of the known universe, says Redacted. Misinformation? Do you mean the years and years of failure and flops, social media promotions from the most vile, hateful devs? Yeah, my bad. I misunderstood. This is what they do. They project, deflect, and then blame over and over and over again. That's literally the same blueprint they followed from day one. Grums quote tweeted it and said, Sweet Baby Inc. asked you to treat them as they would you. Well, let's see. They tried to get Steam to deplatform Cabrutus, which, by the way, great point. How'd I even skip over that one? That was what kicked off all of this in the first place. Chris Kindred, back then, trying to get Cabrutus banned from Steam forums and have all his games taken away from him. And when that got out there, gamers were just like, wait a second. This isn't just some humble, sweet narration group in Canada that's just trying to make games better. No, this is a fucking evil group of people that's looking to destroy anyone in their path. That's crazy. That was crazy. And take all his games away. Then one of them called Smash JT's former employer and tried to get him fired, which, yep, that's true. I have a video on it as well, going over all the information that Chris Kindred left. He left his personal phone number, his real full name, which I'm not going to dox again here, but all the information that he used that is, or at least was, last time I checked like 6 months ago, still up on his own personal website. His own cell phone number is still there. I'm like, come on, dude. Use a different name at least. Like, what are we doing here? Oh, and one of them doxed someone back in Gamergate, which I'm not too familiar with that story, but I'll trust Grums on that one. And here's George Torch with the never forget. This is the Chris Kindred saying the Steam curator harassment group, Sweet Baby Inc. detected, is led by this person, Cabrutus Rambo. So it's a harassment group to make a curation group of games that a group of people are making. If you weren't embarrassed by the games that you're making, why would you be afraid of this curation group? Wouldn't you be like, thanks for putting these all together for us so people know where to find us? It's almost like you know that you suck and you're trying to hide that and you don't like the spotlight on you. Bad news for Sweet Baby Inc. Because the second Chris Kindred did this, the Eye of Sauron turned to Sweet Baby Inc. and has not looked away. So now that they're trying to rear their heads right now, it's like, we haven't looked away. Like, we still know you're you. What the hell? You're not fooling anyone with this. Here's them trying to be slick so they don't get reported, even with the discriminatory language filed off. The group itself still fails the code of conduct. Anyway, report the fuck out of this group and report the creator since he loves his account so much. I will say, this was probably the dumbest thing they could have ever done. The same Chris Kindred that contacted where I used to work. After he kicked off, many people look at this as the epicenter of Gamergate 2 starting, or just Gamergate 1 kicking back up that was lying dormant. All started from this right here. This one dude, the epicenter from it. And then this same dude did not get fired from Sweet Baby Inc. This should have been the tipping point for them to be like, bro, we can't have people like you working here. We can't be doing this with the community. This is really bad for our PR and our image. We need to let you go. But instead, they doubled down, kept him employed till he got to the point of trying to get me fired. And now, as far as I understand, allegedly, he was let go from Sweet Baby Inc. potentially because of the phone call he made to where I used to work. That was the last straw. And I'm like, that could have been avoided if they just got rid of him earlier. But no, they were too stuck in their own mind with that kind of stuff. And here's Grums, by the way, just going on to a similar topic of what we're dealing with right now with the current political environment that we find ourselves. It says, here's just a few of the times the left has canceled or called for cancellations, firings, or violence against devs just for posting or liking centrist. They aren't even conservative views, including BBC presenter who called for a purge. Now they are upset about devs and streamers who openly celebrated or called for violence even after Charlie Kirk's assassination. They won't even say his name in company apologies. They are hoping you stop fighting back and they can just keep doing this to you without accountability. So here's this amazing collage of just a few examples. This is not even everything that's happened. Now, a couple of them we talked about before, of course, with the Sweet Baby Inc. Chris Kindred thing down here. This was me posting when Chris Kindred contacted my old job. And by the way, when this happened, there were a lot of people that were like, they didn't believe me because my channel was smaller. And they're like, oh, he just might be one of those YouTubers that's trying to make up a story to get attention and stuff. I'm like, no, I have all the evidence. It was him. He called my job. And that story didn't even go viral because it was so unbelievable that people were just like, nah. Now, in hindsight, people are like, yeah, okay, I guess it makes sense now. But yeah, this is the environment we've been dealing with alongside many other situations that have transpired over the years. And a lot of it stems from Sweet Baby Inc. Not all of it, but a lot of it does. So I find it absolutely hysterical when we have Sweet Baby Inc. trying to act like the moral high ground superior person in the area when they're anything but that. And I'll leave it with this. Master TDS says, there's a Sweet Baby Inc. talk today at the Game Devs of Color Expo, which, my goodness, I have so many questions about just that expo in itself. That's problematic, I would argue, for equality in gaming. They've been more careful about scrubbing recordings lately, but this topic looks hilarious if we can dig it up. Talk. Decolonizing cozy games. Tristan Tarwater, they, them. What's so cozy about doing chores when you're at the center of the universe? Tristan J. Tarwater will delve into cozy games and how they uphold values of colonialism in their mechanics and narrative. More than just being about vibes, cozy games project an idea of what is safe and rewarding for players and often promotes values of capitalism by rewarding individualism and consumption. What makes them satisfying for so many can also make things uncomfortable for marginalized people. Go suck a lemon. What the fuck? Who cares? Go make a marginalized game. What? What? Oh, the whole world needs to bend a knee to marginalize people for everything in every walk of life, apparently, no matter what, because reasons. By exploring and questioning the definitions and values of cozy games and colonialism, we can make cozy games even cozier. Prove it. Prove it. Make one. Do it. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Oh my God, that is definitely something. And yeah, this is them back posting about it. Has everyone been enjoying GDOC? That's Game Developers of Color Expo.com so far. If you haven't, get in now. There's still time. Pop by tomorrow, and you might even get a chance to hear the incredible Tristan Tarwater as they explore the decolonization of cozy games. Prepare to get even cozier. This, you could not make this up. if you tried. Like if this was in a movie, I'm like, this is just not even believable. This plot line is just ludicrous. But this is real life. This is actually happening. This is a thing. And this is Sweet Baby Inc. popping their head out again, being like, hey guys, coast clear. We're back again. And ain't shit changed about us. Well, I'll leave that one there.